Hello, everybody. It is time we are talking about producer surplus. The producer surplus refers to the extra profit a producer makes when they receive a price for a good that is more than the minimum acceptable amount. Essentially, producer surplus is the benefit the producers receives from selling in the market. The minimum price that the producer would accept for each good is equal to its marginal cost. When price is set above the minimum acceptable price, the producer receives additional profit. In order to calculate producer surplus, it is necessary to calculate total revenue and total marginal cost. Then, when a producer surplus occurs, the producer surplus occurs between the seller's supply curve and the market price. Producer surplus can be viewed as an equation. Producer surplus is total revenue minus by total cost. When plugging in the numbers, total revenue is the amount that a business receives from selling a certain number of products, while the total cost is the amount that the business incurred in producing that amount of product. Producer surplus can change due to the market prices as the supply and demand change. If the market price were to increase, the producer surplus would follow suit. It would also decrease in the case that the market price decreases. The producer surplus is also closely linked with consumer surplus. The combination of the two provides the economic surplus, which shows the benefits of sellers and buyers completing transactions in a free market. When a business has a producer surplus, they are selling their product or service at a price that covers their costs of production. When a business creates a product, the first units of that product are the cheapest to produce. As the business continues to create more, the additional amounts of the product become more expensive to produce. The producer surplus allows a business to understand the benefits of a particular product and understand how it contributes to their economic welfare. And then how to calculate producer's surplus. You can calculate producer surplus by subtracting the marginal cost from revenue. Key elements of the producer surplus equations are The first, determine marginal cost. Marginal cost is a representation of the costs incurred when additional units of a product are produced. For example, a manufacturer's marginal cost of making a bicycle might be 2 million rupiahs. Marginal cost includes opportunity costs, the potential revenue producers forego when making a production decisions. And then the second, determine revenue. Revenue is how much the manufacturer requires for the bicycle. If they get 3 million per unit, their revenue is 3 million rupiahs. And then the third, calculate producer surplus. To calculate the producer surplus, subtract 2 million rupiahs from 3 million rupiahs. The producer surplus for this good is 1 million rupees. And then we move to the factors that influence producer surplus. The first factors, demand fluctuations. When demand spikes, such as during holiday, recent and seasons, or unexpected events, producers often sell their goods at elevated prices, creating a larger surplus. And then second, pricing power. In industries dominated by a few players, companies often have the ability to set prices above competitive levels, thus securing higher margins. However, in highly competitive environments, such control this, reducing the benefit they can extract from sales. And then the third, shifts in input costs. A reduction in the cost of materials or enhances profit margins, resulting in greater surplus. Conversely, increased expenses can shrink the surplus by narrowing the difference between cost and revenue. And then fourth, regulatory policies. Government action such as the imposition of taxes on the provision of subsidies can significantly alter a producer's profitability. While taxes can raise operational costs and squeeze profits, subsidies can lighten the financial load, improving overall returns. And then we move to limits of the producer surplus. Producer surplus can be a helpful metric to determine an equilibrium price, but some drawbacks of producer surplus include the first, impractical data. Producer surplus attempts to measure real-world conditions. The calculation represents a perfect market equilibrium point between producers and consumers, which doesn't always match reality. And then second, changing conditions. Markets strive for allocative efficiency, which is when buyers and sellers can purchase and sell goods at the best possible price. Externalities can shift conditions, and markets often create new desires and demands. There are many producer and consumer behavior determinants. So producer and consumer surplus are challenging to calculate precisely. And then the lack of information. The idea free market assumes everyone has access to all relevant information, which is unrealistic. As social conditions change, the maximum or minimum price producers can change, and consumers pay can shift. And then fourth, price controls. Mainstream macroeconomic, especially macroeconomic theory, does not always account for the state's role in shopping markets. If the state imposes a price floor or a price ceiling on a good or service, it can lead to that wealth loss, affecting either the producer and consumer when the socially optimal amount of a good is not produced. This is cyber debt. I think it's enough. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to give this channel just a like, comment, subscribe, and thank you.